Grand Rising and greetings, y'all. Greetings, y'all. Child, it ain't been nothing but death and destruction. Death and destruction. Death and destruction. Greetings. How are y'all? I'm good. I'm doing some work in. What y'all doing? So, yesterday, me, Red, and we talked for the 2 hours, which we usually do. Um, which we usually do. And there's the scam likely's calling. And we talked yesterday for 2 hours on the phone, which we usually do. And then usually we sleep with the TV on and not up loud or, not like that. But usually the TV is on, which causes interference. So I must have woke up in the middle of the night. Emil had the TV off. So it's completely dark in the room. TV's not on. And Yehuda talked all night. I mean, Yehuda talked all night. I ain't mad about it, but I'm just saying, Yehuda talked all night. He sat between the bed. I told him to tell, but I told Mel this what took me out. He talked all night. This what took me out. He said, "You understand what I'm saying, Q, Queen?" He talked all about the dog. I said yes. I understand. I understand. So yesterday, I went and picked up my autobiography that I have been working on from a queen that was helping me with it. Um, she had wrote me some notes and stuff, but I'm retitling it because the original title of the book is Memoirs: A Day in the Life of a Struggling Black Woman. That's the original title of the book. However, her and I speaking about it, I've decided to change the title of the book. So the title of the book is Becoming Queen, but it's still memoirs. Memoirs Becoming Queen. You know. So we've taken that out. And you say you need Yehuda right now. Better call on him. So I'm going to be sending over that to the editor here shortly, as well as another book that another author has been working on, including myself, that includes me inside of it. We're working on it together, but we're not working on it together, you know. Um, but I have to read it. I need to see what it is. She sent it to me. She's been working on it. We spoke a few times about this, and then she had been working on it, and then she sent it to me. Um, I'm just gonna see if she's made any changes, really. The other lady that was working on one book with me, my memoirs. So I'm gonna see. And I did my recording yesterday for Black Magic. I wish I could let y'all hear that, but it's on my phone, so I can't really let you hear it. I did the recording for that. As the opening, when people call, they'll hear that. So I was setting up my phone line, getting all of that taken care of. I started that the other day. And I've been trying to get some stuff going. Let's talk a little bit about what Yehuda was talking about and what me, Red, and myself was talking about, because we're going to go ahead and put up a class. Me, Red, and our class is going to be called Hidden in Plain Sight, because when her and I speak, we speak in like revelation, like is amazing. You understand what I'm saying? The revelation is amazing, and so we speak about so many damn things, but speaking and seeing, ugh, and I always sign into something. Get on my damn nerves. But not all deities have been hidden. Some have been, I mean, not all have been asleep. Some have been hidden, very well hidden as well. And she calls me mother. She explained to me yesterday that Jamila has never been asleep. She's only been hidden very well. Now, it's so difficult, but it would be something that she would need to explain. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we're going to do the class together, because me, Red, can break things down and explain things better than I can sometimes. Yeah, I've spoken to y'all about being hidden. Um, okay. Remember when I said the deities were hidden in the in between, which we call the Garden of Eden, but it's really inside of the ethers. They took them out of Atlantis and the cosmos, and they hid them amongst the ethers. Um, which Yehuda, hold on, let me get this code. Hold on. Oh shit, I'm missing a number. Wait a minute. Child, this Microsoft and got on my damn nerve. Oh, word, my goodness. Okay. But they have been hidden in plain sight. Um, y'all, I know I don't want to get on y'all nerves. Like, why, Queen? Listen, I'm just trying to open up this goddamn document real quick. Let me just open it real quick, y'all. Phew. All right. She didn't add the stuff that we talked about her adding. So remember I said that they hid Yehuda and Adina and some of the other deities in the in-between, which is the ethers, right? Gaden and Gideon. They, holy shit. Real topics. You said yes. Dig. Did you take the class? Gaden and Gideon? That is Samantha. Oh my goodness. Because status, you took it, right? Damn. Gaden and Gideon class was really good. And we discovered, no, you didn't take it either. Real topics. Damn, y'all. We discovered in that class that Gaden and Gideon are children, but they're not just children. They are the ethers, right? Which we knew. But they are counterparts of twins of duality within self. Sweet Mo, you took it? Okay. So you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to explain. When I say Gaden and Gideon are duality of twins that are within themselves twins, right? And this is what I mean. Hey, Ebony. That class was wonderful. Gratitude, Tariana. Say it for myself. Say I am a duality of twins within myself, meaning I am male and female. And then I would have a counterpart. So say Jamila is my counterpart, just for hypothetically. And Jamila is my counterpart. And so she would be male and female twin duality within herself, but we are counterpart together, right? So we can play either role, which is how we are in real life of existence. And so they are the ethers. And in that class, we discovered that all of the deities of High Council that we have learned about, encountered, ooh, tell it, because we're going to put up Yosef's class too. I'm going to tell you some of what Yehuda was saying. Let me calm my mind down, child, because my mind is like going a million miles an hour right now. Inside of that, we learned that all of the deities are in the ether of Gaden and Gideon. You understand what I'm saying? Gaden and Gideon are the ether, so they are all of the deities. You understand what I'm saying? So when we say that they are hidden inside of the ethers, that is what we mean. Now, this is what Yehuda kept talking about last night in the middle of the sleep. Me trying to sleep. Reason why he kept saying, do you understand? You understand what I'm saying, Queen? He showed me this. Because I said, how is Yosef and Nzinga your father and mother? Yosef is a gorilla. He transforms and he shapeshifts, which is what Bastet kept asking, where's your animal face? We discovered yesterday, me, Red, and myself, which is why we're going to do this class, that Black Panther speaks of exactly that. Every tribe represented in the African diaspora, when they showed him, all of the tribes came together for Black Panther to have to compete to become the number one. They're all represented by animals. So when I said to y'all before, those who may remember, I said I had a dream that the angels were falling. We were inside of the apocalypse. And when the angels fell, they all had animal faces, but it was like cartoons. But I think they cartoonized it so my mind could understand and comprehend it. You understand, y'all? They know what we don't know. Thundercats, Tanisha, yes, I keep saying that. Because Yehuda comes from the Lycan tribe. And so I'm like, if Joseph is a gorilla, Yehuda, how is he your father? Because they are still very silent on Nzinga. So what am I watching last night? I'm watching Fantastic Beasts. Inside of the movie Fantastic Beasts, right? He carries this suitcase. And inside this suitcase is all of these magical creatures that are animals that he's trying to protect. And so there is this hybrid of this phoenix and dragon bird. I realized that's Yehuda's mom. Because she is a phoenix. But they keep telling me she's a phoenix, but she's also like the dragon from the Never Ending Story, which is really what she represented. That dragon in the Never Ending Story, the flying one, she represented that, right? So when we're looking at all of this shit, they show you all the time. So in the Fantastic Beasts, the there was a lion that escaped. See, we see lions everywhere. Yes, his mother flies. She's above my head all the time. Yosef stands to my left. And then Amara Suatum stands to my right, which is my one of my higher souls. She stands to my right. Yehuda's behind me, and my mighty Minotaur, which is the Baphomet, he's before me. He protects, as well as Yehuda. So when I say I'm never in danger, I'm never in danger. People just think they could fuck with me because I'm human inside here too. And so I get upset. And that's the only thing they could do is upset me. But once I register this and stop letting them upset me, they can't fuck with me, period. And I keep calling for their deaths because it's going to come. Distractions. That was my toddy. That's what I be talking about. It's all the fucking distraction. It's all distraction. That was my toddy. She just called me and told me that my sister just called her My sister been held hostage for 24 hours by her kid's father. Said he held her at gunpoint and beat her almost to death. Ah, child, I'm telling you. It's always something. It's the second time this nigga done did this shit. I'm trying to be cool so I don't just overreact and go kill somebody. I gotta calm my mind. Mm. Always something. Always something. I just gotta calm down for a second. And she upset, but she upset because she can't come to my birthday function this weekend. That's what she worried about. Like, what? No. Your motherfucking eyes closed. Type shit. And she ain't even that kind of person. Like, my sister's a very successful woman. I'm just like confused on this shit. I knew it was something when Toddy called me back. I'm like, that's Toddy calling. I just got the phone with Toddy. Oh, child, I'm trying not to call nobody and put a hit on this nigga head, child. Wait a minute. They know I do not play that game. Let me just. Ooh. Ooh. Just let me think for a second, y'all. Child, because I'm just. Listen. Now, I'm going to get this message out. I just want to get my mind together for just a second. Let me drink some of this frappe, child. I'm going to tell y'all something. Papa keeps saying he wants me to stop drinking the frappes, and I'm going to drink some water too. But I done stopped smoking weed. Me and my baby, we don't really have sex. I don't watch porn. Listen, I gave up a lot. And then I woke up to a text from the same bitch that keep calling me scammer, caller ID, talking about, yeah, Carlos said that you was offering your daughter money to fuck. Like, bitch, be brave, bitch, and tell me who the fuck you are, because I can blow your whole fucking head off, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Then this bitch on YouTube, Tesla, Griffin, keep talking about something. I scammed her out of money, bitch. Post your receipts, bitch. I keep asking you for it, dumbass bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Now this shit, you know, like, bitch, I'll fight. Like, what we doing? Because if I pull a bitch, I'm killing everything moving. I kill you and your babies and everybody in the fucking house. That's how I think. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? I don't play these games. You know what I'm saying? They be talking that fly shit, but you ain't gonna say it to me. That's why I say, I ain't never in no motherfucking danger. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all just wasting y'all money, keep putting money on my motherfucking head. You wasting your motherfucking money, but bitch, tell me who the fuck you are. Why is everybody moving in secret? You know why? Because when I tell you I'm the fucking Messiah, ain't no lies being told. Ain't no lies being told. But my humanistic part allows that shit to get on my nerves. But say it to me and you won't ever, ever say it to me. Because you know better. That motherfucking part. Be talking that slick shit. You understand? This nigga don't know. He don't really know that I fuck with my sister, You understand me? So he don't even know what he's done. But I know what he did. Somebody should have fucking told this nigga who her sister was. But they didn't. Not my fucking problem. Let me just get my motherfucking mind right. Talking that bullshit. Let me motherfucking know it then, bitch. That's all I'm saying. Motherfucker be bad, Billy motherfucking badasses, bitch. Let me know it. Let me motherfucking know it, bitch. Because I don't think you will. All you can do is motherfucking Twitter and keyboard beef, bitch. But I don't do it. I don't do it, bitch. Whew. Somebody should have told this nigga, but they didn't. See, I ain't saying nothing. I can't even say nothing. I can't call her because I mean, she don't really know how I get down, you know. And I'm not gonna hear no. I don't give a fuck. That shit, baby daddy. I don't care none of that. Nope. I don't give a fuck. And don't give a fuck. Not gonna care about it. Let me get back to this message. That's all they doing, Tamika Brown. But they can't stop it. It's all right. I just all right. Anyway, take care of that. Like, Where was I at? Where was I at? Ugh, where was I at? Yosef and Yehuda. Right before the good message came too, right? So basically, when Yehuda was talking all night, and we was talking, like I said, me, Red, and myself were talking about, we were talking about, why is this TV so fucking loud? Yehuda mom's lies, right? She is like a dragon, phoenix type thing. She's always above my head. Um, Let me see if they can turn this goddamn TV down. Like, why is it up that loud? Hi, can we turn this down just a little bit? Absolutely, African soul star. Gratitude. Um, okay. I would love to meditate, but I'm in a lobby, which I call my office. So I'm at the office. But whose mom name is Nzinga? And when I had told the story about Yehuda, oh, I can see my energy then lifted. I can see it. I can see it all over the screen. When I told the story about Yehuda and his story and how his story had been, like, if you want to use the word, placated, and given to someone else, plagiarized and given to someone else, inside of the Christian diaspora, right? And it was given to that characterization of Juicy J. And so, because of that, a lot of people don't know who Yehuda is. They don't ask any questions, although you see lions everywhere. They show you lions everywhere. They give you lions in different ways, and we never ask any question about who that is or why those lions are very important, or prominent inside of the story of our lives. But you will see them represented everywhere, just as you will see. Um, wow, really? You'll see fowls, which are birds or phoenixes. You'll see them represented everywhere. Chronicles of Narnia. You'll see, which was pretty much about Yehuda in a way. Um, you'll see, it's a symbolization. The Sphinx is a symbolization of a few things put together. You'll see different, like minotaurs, oxens, but we never ask the question because they have the world thinking that the Baphomet is a goat. The Baphomet is not a goat. He is an oxen. He is the mighty oxen. Um, some casinos, right, on their tables have the mighty oxen on them, and nobody ever asks why that is. You'll see, um, and when I say oxen, you know a minotaur oxen, right? You will see these things and you never ask why, you know. the MGM Hotels line, because they are using our deities. Let me tell you why they have made it a big thing for taxidermy, right? Taxidermy, for those who do not know what taxidermy is, oh gosh, me and Miri had talked about this so long last night. It is the killing and stuffing of animals, which we know is wrong. But when we are looking at the different deities, they are all represented by animals, which I have not gotten a full story about on, but or my memories too, what it is. You say you're hearing the energy. I don't know if you're hearing the energy from the different machines that I can hear, or if you're actually hearing energy. But they've made it a big thing. Now, you have to watch what they say and how they say certain things, because me, Red, and I was discussing this as well. When you see them say stuffed animals, like they're giving it to you, is in a disrespect, because they are training children at a very, very young age, right? They're training you to have a disrespect of animals. They say stuffed animals. But everyone has an animal totem. It is the strangest thing how they have hidden all of this stuff. And it's so crazy because they've hidden it in our mind, blocked our minds. They've hidden so much, and they have looped over a lot of things, so you do not get the understanding, so you do not get the knowledge, so you do not have any sort of ideas. When Yehuda talked to me all night, right? I said, Yehuda talked all night, and then he kept saying, do you understand, Queen? You understand what I'm saying, Queen? And I'm like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And because I asked him, I said, how is Joseph your father when you come from the Lycan tribe? Because you are a lion. You're from, the Lycans. And this is what he told me. Is his family from Milwaukee? No, we broke that down too. He's from Utah, because the word Utah is really Yehuda. And we found that out. Me read, as I'm telling you, man, we're gonna put up this class because she is a beast. She is dope as fuck. Which is why they keep trying to kill her. They have overdosed her damn near with chemo twice, and she had to be hospitalized, and they can't understand why she's not dying. Monique Gaines. Monique Gaines. Monique motherfucking Gaines. Monique Gaines. Hi, Birdie. Mm-hmm. Monique Gaines. Say it again, Monique. How is Yosef his father? Come on, because you seen it, you said it, you heard it, you must have, because you didn't say it. Hmm? Oh, okay. Come on. Yosef covered him in battle. There he is. You pay attention. How did you know that? Yeah, how did you know that? Because that's what Goings, Monique Goings. That's what he said to me last night. He said he covered him in battle. Just like they're shapeshifters, yes. Just like Papa is Ishu's father, because he covered him in battle. Yes. Yes, he covered him in battle. because they've made Yehuda the governor of the spirit. So then he showed me that he gave his life. And that's something that he told me inside of his story. So they would not know or locate Adina. He gave him that. Yes, ma'am, London. We learned that in the class. Yep, sure did. Yes, ma'am. Which they all did. Because I couldn't understand they are high-ranking deities. How did the others put them to sleep and make them fall from frequency in order for them to never have found me, have never found Adina? They all sacrificed themselves and were trapped. So then, now, I am back to free them, to awaken them, to take the covering off. Mother and father have new meaning for me now. Absolutely. And that's how he became his father. They didn't just start looking for me, they've been looking for me. And they will continue to do so until I show myself in plain sight. They're in a panic right now because they know that I know who I am. Although, we talked about that, the last dragon. We talked about that. Me read about how they were really counterparts in the last dragon. See, Yehuda is the spirit, and Adina is the soul. But they don't. I keep asking. Well, we know Yehuda's name is Yehuda, but Adina's name is not Adina. Adina is ADNA, which means the alpha of the DNA. Y'all do know that, right? Was anybody unclear about that? That her name is not like ADINA or ADN. Her name is ADNA, alpha DNA. She is the alpha of the metagene, alpha of the mitochondria. Okay. And because of that, she's the giver of soul. Yes, A for alpha, alpha DNA, the beginning. She is the beginning, and she will be the end. Yes, ma'am, Sahara. And so I kept saying, well, what is her name? What is my name? And then Yehuda showed me where in certain parts of the Bible and different texts and literature, they show where they destroyed certain texts or scrolls or stone tablets that actually speaks upon who Adina is and what her name is. And they'll tell you that they have been destroyed because her name was so powerful. It should not be spoken. Then they show you in the never ending story that she needs a name. They call her Fantasia, but she needed a name. Alpha and Omega. They have given the world comprehension of a false ideology, of a false indoctrination, of plagiarized literature, where they are still waiting for a genome man to appear, in which he will, but he will not. They've told you that he will come and he will say that he is such and that he will not be, because he will be the false Messiah. When the real Messiah walks amongst you every day, all day long. And because you do not recognize her, you will want to kill her until you must answer to her. Everything must have been taken from me in order for me to always be with self, for me to grow inside of self, for me to grow inside of my spirit. Let's get back to the lesson, please. My deities, or Anglos, gave themselves willingly for my coverage. And they are still doing it today. Because my deities have been scattered amongst the earth and put to sleep and looped around. And Quatita sometimes does not believe that we are who we say we are because of her human mind. We have told Quatita that she is Amara Suatum, the one with many works to be done, which is what that name means. Because I am Adina, and we will continue to use that, the giver of souls. Yehuda is the spirit, I am the soul. You see my beings flying around me. They fly around me. I'm covered at all times. If I walk down the middle of the street, I shall not be moved nor touched. I want, I want, and do not want anybody to become fooled about this human vessel. If at any point someone wants to tangle, just let me know it. These small peons, small peons, such as the ratchet and the skull and the Tracy Lumpnick who keeps calling Quatita and she thinks Quatita doesn't know. All of these beings are programs inside of the matrix, which you have been stuck here for eons. The genome keeps telling you that you've been here for about 3, 4, 5,000 years when you've actually been here more than 2 billion. More than 2 billion. Excuse me. Quatita has been many avatars of power each time she's come. She's always a warrior, which is why she was chosen to host. There's no games being played here. Yosef, the mighty gorilla. Kantu. Red speaks a lot about Kantu. Kantu is Yosef. And Kandelo comes from the tribe of Yosef. For those who do not know, that Kandelo is a transformer inside of the gorilla heritage and diaspora, yes. They want you to only look at the goat and the human vessel. Inside of your human vessel, this is where you are your weakest, which is why they must keep you here. I have heartfelt feelings for you all. Myself, and I will speak as myself, not as Efquatita, but as a Vadina. Each time that they were slaughtered or slept, I covered the soul. And because Yehuda is my greatest warrior, my counterpart, I've made him. He hid me. He was the last to give himself until he could not go any further. They captured him and they put him in the den with the lion because they assumed that he would have been consumed. They were unaware of his transformation abilities until he showed them his abilities. So they had to put him in there. And it's not even that they really didn't know. They understood, but they thought. You know, some people just don't believe anything. I watched in many, many ways. I watched. They thought it would bring me out because they're very confused on who I am. I can walk in physical body. I don't need one. It's Gaydon and Gidon, the ethers. They're ethereal, and so am I. This form is the lowest form that there is. They have confused you and said that you are on the top totem pole. You are not. Every animal is above you. Noah, oh, he was supposed to have brought two of every animal. Quatita wants to understand that story so badly. And I'm going to give it to her because you all have been looking at something, but you don't know what you're looking at. When they said to you, Noah took two of every animal, they're telling you of how they slaughtered and slept the counterparts of the deities. Boom, as Quatita says. Oh, Monique. Oh, Monique. You are on fire today. The water, the water. Come on, Monique. You understand because you are a sleeping deity. See, this is how we find my deities. Such a beautiful thing to watch them transform. They were deathly afraid of Yehuda. Deathly afraid. Yes, Ladarius, sleeping because you do not know who you are. They show you in the movie Twilight how big everything is when we're looking at the wolves. They're giant in size. Yehuda's giant in size. When he's even in his physical form, he is a very tall man. The giants, they keep making you think that there's a difference between the gods and the giants, and there isn't. The giants are the gods. Quotita says, Yehuda stands more than 6 feet. Yehuda stands more than 9 feet. And when he transforms, he's a huge lion. So when I say peons, I mean peons, which is why Gaydon was afraid of your tiny disposition. They're not used to this. They're beautiful. And I watched them do what they did. Yehuda's story is older than the 18th century. His story is older than the story of Noah. Why do they want you to believe that it isn't? They want you to believe that you've been here less than 5,000 years. You've been here more than 2 billion. They search for me and they cannot find me. So they have looped time. Time does not exist. Every day is the same day. Every day. That is what the movie Groundhog Day is about. Every day is the same day. There's never been a different day in over 2 billion years. They manipulate the weather with their machines so you think that there's a different day in time. You are not. You put your vessel to rest in your contraptions to refuel, just as you would do your jets or your machines or your vehicles, and you wake up in the same day. There's no such thing as tomorrow, which is why Quatita used to love the one movie. She talks about it a lot, If Tomorrow Ever Comes, because it will never. They wanted a redo and an overdo and another do to try to locate the soul because people don't understand what the soul is. The soul is the very fabric of all existence. And I am the owner to that. They've created story on top of story to try to explain what they do not know. If you take anything from what is said today to you, I want you to take that there has never been another day. Now, you say some giants stay underground. Not all giants are my deity. There are the others, a poignant species from another galaxy in which I do not own. A lot of people call out the Pleiades and the Syrians and different things, but they do not understand the Milky Way galaxy is my galaxy. That is the only galaxy that I own. There are many secrets that I cannot give to you at this moment. The others, they're not indigenous to this galaxy. They have come from far. Candelo says, that people may have disrespected Yehuda, but they must not disrespect me. They will. But what you all didn't hear, but what Jamila and her sister and the Amani, what you all heard was, I'm not one to tangle with, and I am not. I stood because I had to for the sake of everything. And I watched them all, time and time again, be slaughtered and slept. And I watched Yehuda lovingly call out to me and say to me, never, never come to the forefront. But they've put it inside of your Bible that the Jesus, what a disgusting, disgusting fabrication, said, Father, why have you forsaken me? Twice. Once in the woods of the forest, and then again upon the cross. Yehuda begged for me not to reveal myself as I stood with my cloak on. Yehuda was tortured and maimed over and over again until I released him from his body. I released and covered all of their souls, and I brought them back with great power. And that is why they are the highest of the council. Yehuda never, ever, not one time thought about revealing any secret ever. And we call them secrets in your time because that's what you understand. I think Quatita looks absolutely adorable with these. Papa Candelo did not stand for it, but I think she looks amazing. See, it is very difficult for me to explain. When people see Quatita shapeshift on camera and they can see, someone said, I seen Yehuda's face when she channeled Candelo in the Bastet King. I am the giver of souls, so I can become any soul. And because, let me explain what Yehuda was trying to explain to Quatita in the night. I am the embodiment of all of them. So I cover all of them. And for any being that I have procreated upon the soul, you can see within me. You can see their depths within her. Quatita watches back all the time and she sees a woman where her eye almost looks closed or blackened, or she doesn't understand what that is. When Mary and her mother passed on into the spirit, she kept getting this green, blackish ring around her eye. Quatita has no idea that's her mother when she sees her. And that is the only way that she can bring forth herself to give a clue. That's a cue for her to know that's her mother. She still has not picked that up as if yet. Remind her of that. She looks at it often and says, I wonder who that lady is with the black eye. But it's not a black eye. It's just a cue of her mother, letting her know she's there. The others, they're disgusting in sight. They're not just the reptilians, although those are their children. And we're not just speaking about the chromosonian Luciferian children, as Quatita calls them, the genomes. We're speaking about maybe in counting 100 different species. They have consumed all galaxies but mine. They cannot have it. They're upset. You all call it loving, but we are the richest with minerals. We are the richest inside of the cosmic plane of existence of ethereal life and life beyond. There are maybe approximately 3 other galaxies except for mine that have not been absorbed. I exist because I say I exist, which is why you all have the power that you have and you have no idea. You are who you say you are when you say you are, Aldrita. You have not said you are. You have wondered if you are. You have second guessed if you are. You have prayed that you are, but you not yet have stated that you are because you are. You can be very tranquil in your thought process. in your very giving, as to give to yourself, but not in a selfish way. You give to others to receive. And not that you do it to get monetary back, but it just makes you feel good to do for others, which is your of receiving the gift. But it's not enough. You must give directly to self as well. Luciferes. See, oh, this is the most amazing part because they are often looked at in the wrong way. Trying to find the correct verbiage, because Luciferes is a counterpart. Maybe y'all don't understand that it's so hard for me to explain to you, but I'm going to try my best and put it where your human mind can understand somewhat. And I'll give you a minuscule understanding. When I tell you counterparts, you're counterparts of one embodiment. There's the spirit and the soul. The woman carries the soul. And I know they're like, well, men exist. Absolutely. But there's a frequency change there. So women are mostly the carriers of the soul because they can procreate the soul. They're a portal of life. And they have decided to share their complete embodiment in two forms, okay? Which is your actual counterpart, which carries the animalistic embodiment. So when they hid your counterpart, they hid the magic. Do you understand somewhat? You understand somewhat? So when boss, she asked, where is your animal? She's asking, there was a movie procreated called, it's the Polar something. Not the Polar Express, but it showed you that your animal totem, they called it the demon, your demon, right? Um, it was a little girl, and there's the actress Nicole Kidman. She's up on that as well. And the little girl, the golden compass, yes, that's the name of it. And they show you that you come with an animal totem, which they call your demon. Why do they call it your demon? Because see, people have used the word demon, and they're putting certain things to it. Um, okay, your counterpart They keep telling you is your twin sister. In some ways that is true, in some ways that it's not. So when Mired kept saying you are a we, you are Gaden and Gideon because you're a twin within yourself of your counterpart, which is a twin within herself. So male and female duality inside of self. Um, but your animal part was stolen and hidden. So you don't trust the male species. So you'll never find your power because you will never trust the man. The man carries your half that you need. You're lesbian and human. I don't care. I understand. And you don't have to be married to the man for the counterpart. It would just help to know who that was. Now, problem is the male female duality have been reversed and changed. Why? Because to hide it, so you may be looking for your counterpart, which is male female, but she's now a woman. How do you know that you're not the male? Do you understand? Because you have been looped and confused. So no one is who they were inside of the same day. Do you understand? So they have confused all things. They have confused DNA. They have confused. So the fetus, who's been a woman in every other lifetime, is looked at in a poor light because he is looking for his counterpart, who is most likely still um, a man, but also could be in a woman. So now that he is masculine energy, looking for the counterpart, which he does not resonate with inside of a woman, he'll never find it. They have confused you in the state, so you'll never be who you are. Do you understand? You understand? You say you are dreaming and of a huge battle. It may be the battle that have already taken place. Oh, drink it, Quatita. My goodness. You don't understand. Okay. If you are not who you were, how can you find your counterpart? And that's just as simple as I can put it. If you have been placed into different organisms, which is your vessel, and your counterpart has been hidden from you, how can you ever find your true nature? Because your animal part is also missing. You connect inside of the zebra, the horse, the unicorn, um, as well as greetings, Yehuda, as well as the tiger, um, as well as the lichen dysphoria, as well as the Komodo dragon, because some of you are reptilian because of the intermingling of the DNA, which watered down your original DNA. It can be very confusing, but you're not just powerless. You have power. You just don't know you have power. And they don't want you to gain any knowledge of self or any knowledge of anything or the workings of the world. And because they don't want you to have it, you'll never gain any power or clarity. It'll be many people on here that will run straight back to the church because they don't believe in themselves to stand strongly. So they need for someone else to control their mental abilities. They need for the Jesus character to be real, because if it's not real, then who are they? They cannot hold accountability. These people who can't hold anyone accountable for the misconceptions or the false ideologies that have been given cannot hold accountability to self. So they will do things and say that I didn't do that. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. I didn't. I don't. No, that's not true. Let me run to the church of, oh, this is my favorite. It is my favorite, Yehuda. The greater living God. Mm. But all they promote is death and destruction. So when they're looking at all the fabrics of the church and the bishops and the pastors and the deacons and the first mothers and the first ladies and the choir and you know the 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 pastors and the reverends and the fathers, you're trusting of those that cannot be trusted. It's very weird for me to see and to watch. Why must you give yourself over to something that should naturally be you, should naturally be in you, should naturally be of you? Why must you speak it out of your mouth to give claim to your, as Yehuda says, your juicy J? Why do you need to speak that out of your mouth? It's an allegory, of course, yes. But people don't get that part. They miss that part. So why do you need to speak it? They tell you in church, speak out of your mouth. Give your life over to. I don't require that. I require that you know who you are inside of the diaspora. Just to understand, you have the power. Once you understand your power is your mental, that's all. You put so much emphasis on the physical vessel that you lack inside of your mental power. That's where the power is. That's what the magic is. And because they have hidden it from you, they have hidden your frequency, you cannot get back to it. Yes, if you could get back to it, you can physically protect yourself inside of your animal disposition. That will make you more powerful than them. They couldn't touch you on the physical or the spiritual plane. Are you aware that your mental is the spiritual plane? To keep you blinded and keep you praising and worshiping. This doesn't make sense. Keep you praising and worshiping this false idol. in which they tell you in your Bible that you cannot worship false idols. And then says here, worship this. And then says, here, wear this cross around your neck. Really, it's a noose. Do, do you understand why Papa says to take that off of your arm? Do you? It is not that. Do you know what an ankh looks like? I'm getting ready to give you some real knowledge right now. You got it. But it also looks like a cross. So they are telling you that they are hanging you always. And so who represents the ankh? The Melanite. The ankh is a noose. The ankh is a noose. It is a noose with the cross. Tanisha, why would the ankh represent life and death? Yes, because it is a noose. It is the cross with the noose, meaning we kill the Melanite. Do you see it? They keep you honoring things that kill you. They have never, ever given you anything that is going to boost you spiritually or soully. Never. Anything that they have given or promoted to the Melanite is solely to kill you. Everyone else are planters or programs or others. Everything that they have shown you about self is solely to keep you in a low frequency and kill you. It is 954 people up on the contraption. I would like for 954 people to tell me what they have given the Melanite that will give life to you. Now, wait. Who gave you knowledge? They did not give you knowledge. What knowledge do you have? And when I say them, I mean those of the world that you look to that has given you the little Waynes and have given you your clothing. Everything about your clothing that you wear is promoting death and destruction of the Melanite. They have taken Quatita's page twice, and they may take it again because she talked about, I will not speak too freely, Yehuda, because I don't want them to disable her contraption. You're confused. Someone just said the perfect word, Natasha J. Illusions. Everything that you're looking at is an illusion because the matrix is not real. Everything is a distraction. Everything. When you are on here and you're listening and you receive some knowledge from Quatita, and then you have those what you all call the ops in your chat. Um, those are falsified. They are planters. They're being controlled. They may be doing something throughout the day. Let me give you an example. Like the SBS, he was living his minuscule life when something spoke to him and said, "Get on your contraption now." The moment that he did, Quatita popped up. And that voice began to speak to him and say something, say something. It became his driving force. He became possessed with that demonic spirit, which he gives life and praise to. And that spirit is called the Jesus oppression. And the more people who do not fall up under that spell become awakened. And when you become awakened, you find Quatita. And then you have those that come on that are planters who have been placed here solely to give discredit to. Well, the Bible says that any man that is, women quote that, any man, which takes you completely out the picture. That means you are less than. You are not shit, right? Where are you spoken of in high regard in their Bible? I'll wait on it. They've put man first everywhere. Man gave birth to. All of the women pretty much are bleeding idiots and prostitutes, are they not? I'll wait. Pestilence. Why do they need you to not know you hold the power? She is the true portal. She is the true. She is the true. I covered them all and I gave them all position. We're going to make Muriel Light. We're going to make her a governor. She's petitioned for it for so very long and she deserves it. She's the governor of medicine. Mary Light has many, many faculties to her. Ugh, I wish I could just explain and break down everything. When they speak of Metatron, they've always spoken of in a negative light. Do anybody understand why? Just like when they speak of Baphomet, they speak of them in a negative light. But you don't know about Baphindia. You don't know about Muriel Light. Why is that? Even when they speak of Yehuda, they speak of him in a negative light. When Quatita first did research on Yehuda, all they said was he bought prostitutes. But why don't you know about the female counterpart to all of these? Yes. See, the goat is Metatron. But they must give you Baphomet as the evil negative one. I don't think you all understand. This is beautiful, right? You have You have the yin and the yang. You have duality. Marielite is the beauty. Metatron is the dark side. So when Baphomet says, I'm not one to tangle with, allow me to be good, she controls the Baphomet. Why is that? Just like you control that side, you're controlling your Baphomet, aren't you? But you just don't know you're in between, Aldrita. So you're either really submissive or you're really aggressive. So you're either Baphomet or you're Baphomet. You don't know the in between. You understand? Cool rain, you understand? So they speak on just the negative. So when they show you Metatron is music, and then they show you the goat, and then they show you the goat, which is the Baphomet, which is not the Baphomet. But they don't show you Maryline because they're not showing you the full encompass of that deity, of that energy, of that spirit, because they're only using the negative to promote what they want. So when my deities came to wake me back up, they first came to Quatita and said, we don't like that our energy is being used negatively because they're only using the dark side of the duality of it. Do you understand? So when you are looking at that, and I'm telling you, it's hard for me to explain it to you. So when I say Yehuda is my spirit, and I am the soul, and we are duality, they only knew about Yehuda. In your Bibles, they said they searched for the Jesus, right? Which we know is to be Yehuda. They searched for him because they did not know that I am the real jewel. So when they realized that the soul is what they're really looking for, do you understand? They could not find it, and they'll never find it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Beauty and the Beast. You are one. Miriam is one being, but she has two parts. And her energy that can be used on that negative plane or that demonic plane or that hard plane, they use that only. And then they demonize the remaining part of her, which is the medicine. So they take medicine to kill, just like they take the music to kill. So her as a deity, they have lowered her frequency, period. Do you understand? You can be positive or negative. So if I'm going to use China Black, I'm going to use you. Because I want you to understand. When you are looking at China Black, right? Let me find you. That's not really your name. What is your real name? China Black. That's not your real name. What is your real name? Rhonda. Okay. Because I couldn't find you because you're not China Black. Okay. Okay. So say your animal totem is a giraffe. Okay. That means that in your original time, you will be able to transform from woman to giraffe for your power and to fight. Okay? So now that that part of you have been hidden, right? You do not have the ability to do that. So now say that the giraffe is hypothetically, what can we say? Because I want them to understand on today's frequency. We're going to use money and variables of that. Okay. So say that the giraffe is say that Rhonda is money, and then your giraffe animal totem is physical power, right? Um, and that part of you would be good. I'm just going to use music, okay? Music and money. So then the others, would um, gratitude. Mhm. Um, I just got word that some of the big wigs have tuned in. Um, so say that the others, the big wigs, um, understand that you have a musical ability and that you are good with money in some way, right? So then they can take your physical energy of that giraffe and of your human side, and they're going to consume and absorb that energy of the giraffe, and they're going to bring you a music deal that would be great inside of money and great inside of the music. Now they're going to take that and they're going to use it in a negative way to promote death and destruction amongst your own people. They're going to absorb all of that, giving you still no real understanding of your own power, but they're going to use that. Do you understand? Draining you of your energy. Because Muriel Light is medicine and she is music. She's more than just that. But for the two that you can understand of who she is. So when you're looking at, of course, the Beauty and the Beast, you are also looking at Baphindia and the Baphomet. It's just so difficult for me to explain, but I'm hoping you understand. Because that part of Baphindia, which is the Baphomet, um, has been programmed. Your energies have been programmed. And they show it to you time and time again because they must show you damn near every movie, commercial, showing that you look at are based on your deities, are based on your deities. Because they must reveal all things. That is my contract. That is what I have put into place. I smell that. That smells really good. I'm going to eat some of that. I listen to them. They're like, no, mother. They understand what it is, but this is a physical vessel, and we have to go with what we have. Hmm. Hmm. It's okay. We're going to get Quintine's vessel together. It's not like y'all have long anyway. I'm hoping that you all understand. It's very important that you do. No one is safe, but you are, but you are not. They've given themselves for my covering. They've given themselves for my covering. And as long as they have done that, I embody everything, you know, from the ethers to the Gede. To, that was amusing when Quatita discovered that. She's a character all in herself. But I am the light, I am the dark, is what I want you to understand. There is no separation. If I punch you in your eye, your bafflement will emerge. That's a beautiful way to put it. Maybe they understand that. Yes, I am that I am, correct. Maybe that makes more sense. That if I harm you, China, your giraffe will emerge. You're looking for a number. You said, what's my true frequency? You're looking for a number. There is no number. Quatina tries to get everyone to understand that. It is just about raising your frequency because they cannot raise it to where you are naturally residing. You don't need your physical bodies. People think that if they commit suicide, they'll leave this planetary space of existence. You only come back because you still have not freed yourself. You still have not come to the realization, again, which is what the movie Lucy is about. They made you think that you need a substance like Limitless. They keep making you think you need a substance. So people smoke weed and they drink so they can channel good. You do not need it. You only need obedience and to put your body back in its natural state of fruits and vegetation and water. But they are also damaging that system by the things that they're putting up on the crops and the destroying of the crops. So you can't even get yourself together. So they watched to see who took what off of the grocery store shelves in the preliminary act upon the COVID. Yeah. And so they saw what would be eaten first, which was the chicken, steak, the burger food, and vegetables. So many people have become vegetarian and vegan. So they have been putting it's many of pestilence here. They have been putting um, harmful, we'll call it harmful, toxins of the human species upon the vegetation to kill it. And they have been hiring of the farmers to kill the vegetation. So when they put this foiled, because it's foiled plan, it will not work, starting November 15th. When they put this plan into action, they assume that everyone will go and get the chicken, the steaks, and the burger food, as well as um, the vegetation, which they've already put the death upon. They have put many, um, mm, like E. coli and different things like that, bacteria. They have put that upon the vegetation. And for those who, once they kill off the vegetation and say there's no vegetables, all of the vegetarians will have to find different things to do, which will be going back to the chicken, the steaks, and the burger food, which is to surely keep you in a low frequency and kill you off. hmm And so, for the farmers who will not take upon their instruction of what to do and to put the humanized water upon the plane of the vegetation, who will not do that, they are killing the farmers. Why are they not speaking about the farmers that are dying left and right? Do you know that they're killing the farmers who will not kill off their vegetation? There's a lot of cover-ups. Kutita always says, why don't they just put it out in plain sight for us all to see? And then if they're so correct, then, give us some chance. They can't do that.
Did you see what Jasana had showed us yesterday with them taking out the humans and slaughtering them like animals and hanging them?
That is not a new practice. What Jamela is saying is yesterday, Gisela showed us where they're hanging melanites upside down like cattle and they're skinning and eating them. This is not a new practice. They've been doing this for eons. You just assume that they're taking babies and using them for adrenochrome. You are their food. Melanites are their food and energy source. They've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. If she's going to drink this, she needs to put that back into the freezer part of that. Mm. Would you mind please getting me something fresh to drink? These things are tasty, but they're not good for you. So they're filling you with these things here, which are not good for you. Um, Processed foods, which are the boxed foods. None of these things are good for your system and for your soul's plane of existence. None of them. It's so funny to me how all of these people keep spending their little peon money to kill Quatita when they don't even know. I've already signed for their deaths. The young lady said, you have a warning. Quatita keeps thinking about that. And so do I. These chips there, they're good in flavor, but they're not healthy for the body at all. I try not to judge Quatita too harshly. She has a lot on her plate already. And she'll be good. We'll make sure of that. She just underestimates herself so much. I hope I was able to bring some sort of clarity um, to you all. and give you some sort of understanding. Your counterpart can be outside of yourself as well as inside of yourself. And I think some of you are confused on that. Your counterpart can be inside and outside. This plane of existence have changed many times over, which why you're confused when they keep telling you that the plane is only so many thousands of years old, but it's more than 2 billion. And it's been changed many times over. You have lived in the same day many, many times. Your counterpart is within, also without. It's very hard to explain for you to get it. Okay, when you're looking at your Bible, and this is probably one of the last lessons, when you're looking at your Bible and it is telling you how woman was taken from man, Adam and the Eve, right? They are explaining the Eve gene, mitochondria, okay, and the nucleus atom of the separation of the counterparts, because you were one inside of the counterpart. But the Bible is some of it you need to see because you need to understand the lies so you'll understand the truth. So then they explain to you how you were separated from your counterpart and you became two instead of the one. And then they tell you when you marry your husband, your wife, when you are with your counterpart, you are still one soul. You share that. Male and female created he, him created he, them, and called their name Adam. There is a lot that has been formulated, changed, and given to you in the incorrect form. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll drink up on that. And that one. Mm. That's not real either, but that's flavorful. What do you get from smoking of the weed? How does it help you? It only ruins your lungs. And then you don't even ask Shoshone to help you. As Shoshone is the particular part of the lungs. You don't ask for Light to come together with Shoshone to help you. But Findia's abundance, Shoshone is lung space as well as heart space, her into Tetron, meaning they speak directly what's inside of your heart space and your lung space. They are that chakra, if you will. And so people say to Tetra, excuse me, is angry and he wants to kill everything because he knows the heart space. He understands completely and thoroughly. And I can hear in some in your heart spaces. So what are you thinking? You're thinking that you always feel that there is a lack within yourself, and you're angry and you want everyone to hurt as you hurt. And you find ways to do things that are um, incorrect, although you know that it's incorrect. And you know exactly who I'm speaking to. Because of all of the torture and torment that you feel like nobody cared about, you don't want to care about it for anyone else, and you want people to feel that hatred and that hurt that you feel. And as long as you try to dispel that upon people, I'll make sure that your plane of existence is horrible, as I'm continuing to do, which I've done for the last 15 years, and I'll keep going. The fury that you carry and you call yourself, I just keep it real. No, you don't. The real would be to say that you are angry and that you hurt and that you feel like people didn't care about you and that people did things to your physical body that you could not control, and that no matter what you do, your car has issues and you don't like where you live and people don't listen to you and you want to be better. And because you cannot say that, you make other people's lives miserable. And as long as you feel like you have the right to do so, then I have the right to do so. And I will continue to do so. Mm, we have to go now. Bettina has work she needs to get done. I don't need to come in and out of the body as Papa Candelo does, because I'm always in her body. Quatita and I are one. Greetings. Greetings. Your foot is hurting today?
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask Muriel Light to help you with that. We will leave you all be for now. Quatita needs to get some work done. She has websites she needs to set up and completing of her hotline and getting people ushered in so they can get the readings done, so they can get on her website and get on the hotline, and we can start getting that rolling. She's very excited about that. I'm excited for her. You ask for healing as you ask for anything else. That is what you speak out of your mouth with great intention and understanding. Okay. All right. Much love to you. I love you all for speaking with me. Enjoy the rest of your existence. Oh, Quatita says she'll call you